And then the idea of a hidden job market. I think you say 70% in the book or
80.
something. 80, wow. Talk about the hidden job market.
Well, it's not my idea. It's an idea that's been bandied about for years and years and years.
Okay.
The idea is that resumes, ads, and agencies only give you access to a certain number, a certain percentage of all the jobs that are actually out there. Bernanke, who succeeded Alan Greenspan, found out an incredible number, millions of jobs change every year. In other words, like musical chairs. Somebody gets up, they walk around, somebody else sits down. And I forgot my train of thought. What was I just saying?
Well, you were saying that they have to switch around. There's always job openings, the hidden job market.
Yeah, the hidden job market. So the idea was that people used to think if there was a job available, it was either in an ad or it was known, could be found by a resume or it could be found by the agency. And that, if there was a job that couldn't be found in those three ways, that was called the hidden job market, all those jobs. And the idea is, of course, find other ways to look for them than just resumes, agencies, and ads, because otherwise you're only accessing a certain proportion or percentage of all the jobs that are out there. It's incredible how many don't get found in those three methods.
Yeah, and you might actually, even though that's not your intent, I would imagine when you're informational interviewing, somebody could point you in the direction of some opening they know about.
Sure.
They could change the rules of the engagement, so to speak.
But what you say is, I'm conducting a survey to find out where my skills can be used best. I'll get back to you, but you never accept a job if you say you were there for informational interview.
Oh, even if they offer it to you?
Even if they offer it to you.
Okay.
You have to stick to your intent and also the pledge you made to them. I need 8 minutes of your time. I want to talk about this and so on.
And then, of course, you follow up with a thank you
Sure,
note and
exactly.
the like. Now, you say, and this is a little bit paraphrasing, but you said that mastering job hunting takes hard work, adjustment, soul searching, and thinking. And I put that from a bunch of spots.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I think, well, in other words, it's not just something that's, I mean, it really takes some self-examination and some adjustment to, then when you're doing the informational interviewing, you're hearing from the world, hey, that there's not that opening in that area or something, so that it's a process. It isn't something you just go out there and expect to be able to nail right away.
Well, if I gave a complete statement rather than a quick line to quote, it would be that many people get jobs and change jobs and so on without doing one iota of thinking. The problem is, what do you do if you really want to find a match that makes sense and really fits you? And the answer to that is you have to do the hard thinking, obviously. If people spent more time thinking about what they really want and what they're really looking for, I run 5-day workshops about 3 times a year in my house.
Okay.
And I send them out. I send them out into the community for an afternoon, one of the days of the 5, and I have them go explore anything they want to. And they find out that, hey, I could really do some of these things that sound really interesting. So it's important for them to think out what they want to do.
And then it's a process also doing some of the exercises in the book, process of self-revelation of what
well, it's not so much self-revelation as self-affirmation. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the difference. A friend of mine went to a battery of tests at some vocational place, 4 days, big money. Came home and he says, "Boy, that was a great place. Oh, that was the best week of my life. They nailed me exactly." And I said, "How'd you know that?" Because, of course, he had to have a prior knowledge of himself by which he was judging whether they were accurate or not. We all have prior knowledge of ourselves. Sometimes we have to tease it out. And that's the point of the exercise in the back of the book.
Do you know what? We're out of time. We are. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
You're very welcome.
And I also want to thank you on behalf of all of us that have career transitioned and look for work. Thank you for all you've done for us.
You're very welcome,
Thank
Steve.
you. And thank you for watching You're Hired. If you have any questions about this show or suggestions for other shows, questions about jobs and careers, feel free to email me at steve@bayareacareercoach.com. Again, it's steve@bayareacareercoach.com. And I list on the website all the guests we've had on the show and their website. So it's Job Hunters Bible, right?
Yeah, all one word, jobhuntersbible.com.
And do get the book, absolutely, absolutely. My website's bayareacareercoach.com, Job Hunters Bible. Thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for watching You're Hired. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Dick.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.